Kicking off today's Buying Your Home Module 1. So with regards to finance, we'll take you through some ways to get your deposit together, but we'll also take you through what that pre-approval process looks like for those that are ready to purchase. So today we're just going to give you a view of what's involved in that, which is preparing for pre-approval. So you're thinking about your KiwiSaver, how much you might have there, a reminder that you have to leave $1,000 in your KiwiSaver, and you'll also need help from a lawyer to withdraw your KiwiSaver. So even though you can start off the application, you will need support to get that out when buying your first home. And then we'll look at the deposit. So somewhere between 5 and 20%. There are some great low deposit options that we'll explore in a bit more detail shortly. And then they're going to look at your income over the last year. Basically, they're going to look at the consistency and the amount of income coming through over the last year so that they can get a sense of what you're able to afford when it comes to mortgage repayments and the costs that come with investing in property. So lots of different offerings in market. The key banks are obviously ASB, Westpac, ANZ, BNZ and Kiwibank, but there are some other offerings like TSB, HSBC and the Co-op. And that's where it can be really helpful to work with our financial advisor because they can give you an understanding of which interest rates are available to you and which products are available to you so they can find the best deal for you and your circumstances. Then you move into getting pre-approval, and that's where you'll have to give payslips or proof of income, 3 months bank statements. So if you are at the very beginning of your journey, it's a great idea to start budgeting. Just do it for 3 months so that you can present a really solid case to the lender or the bank. And a reminder here that banks are actually assessing it about 2% higher than what the interest rate is that you see online. So if it's 7% today, the bank will be assessing whether or not you can meet repayments at 9%. And even when it was down at 2%, they were still assessing it something like 6%. So they will have quite a big buffer, and that's to protect our economy and prevent people from having to sell their houses. And then we go to using pre-approval. Now we'll go into a little bit more detail around this, but what's really important to understand is that you should be giving specific details about the property you're looking to make an offer on or bid on to the bank that has given you pre-approval. Now we're diving into investment strategies, and this is quite an exciting one. It's an emotional journey purchasing your home, but it's also really important to think about the investment element. This is potentially or quite likely one of the biggest financial decisions that you'll make. So you want to think about how that might impact your wealth journey. So investment strategy is part one. There's a few different components to investing in property, but this is one really key concept that you need to grasp. So you can open up your working document at the moment. I'll share screen to show you through the capital gains and yield spreadsheet, but I'll give you an idea of what the concepts involve first. So capital gains generally apply more to standalone or freehold, which is the same as fee simple properties. And that's because there's less restrictions on how you can use the property, so you can increase the value. Often there might be a larger land size. And generally, those that are growing with greater capital gains are in a desirable location, and that's because there's more demand for them, so you can see the capital gain occurring over time as that demand increases. So often it might be something that a couple or a family might want to buy, and therefore it might be an emotional purchase for them in a place where they want to live and they might be willing to pay more. So this strategy is focused on faster capital growth. It doesn't mean that you can't have yields as part of the strategy, but capital gains as a concept is focused on growing the value of the house as fast as possible. So generally, as a result, rents are lower and it's negatively geared, meaning that the cost to actually own the property investment often outweighs the incoming rent. So even if you're living in there or you're renting it out, essentially you're likely to get less in terms of incomings versus outgoings. Yield is the opposite of this. So you're focused on higher rents and more cash flow, and you'll generally see a slower journey to capital gains. There may be the opportunity to also rent out rooms individually or have a standalone setup. So a home and income setup where there might be an external entrance moving into a bedroom or with a kitchenette. And that can be a really great way to bring cash flow in to cover those mortgage repayments. If you want to learn more and dive into more detail, particularly around finance and budgeting, around what's involved in due diligence and doing the research, trying to understand what a different property's worth, what market values mean, then the course is going to be the perfect place for you. So the home buyers course, if you register in the next 2 weeks, is available to you for $199 and it's worth $1,199. The course involves 4 modules. The first is an overview into the home buying journey with a focus on property investment strategies. The second is the home buyer's budget, which is taking you through how to budget appropriately, what you need to do in terms of savings to pull towards the deposit, what low deposit lending opportunities might be available to you, as well as how to get pre-approval and what that process looks like. And then we've got module 3, which is due diligence or doing your research. And that's actually taking you through the legal documents, what to look at in a building report, what the steps are that are involved so that you make sure that you don't buy a lemon. And then the final module is around making an offer or a bid at auction. And we actually take you through how to negotiate. We give you templates and tools to get confident with making an offer. And each module comes with its own pre-recorded video. There's materials and resources and templates that are available specifically for you to support you on your journey, as well as a one-on-one call with myself, a one-on-one call with a financial advisor, and a one-on-one call with a lawyer. So this is really for those that aren't quite ready to buy tomorrow. If you are ready to buy tomorrow, you're looking at one of the other packages. You might not understand what's involved in buying property or how close or far away that journey is for you, and you'll value learning and want to know more about property and potentially have the appetite to move into property investment over the longer term. You may also think that you're so far away from buying property and you don't yet have enough, well, this is the perfect opportunity to get clear on actually how far away that goal is. And it might just be closer than what you think. So what you'll learn is how to buy your home, schemes that help you increase what you have to spend, different investment strategies like capital versus rental yield, what different property types mean for your investment strategy. You'll look at how much a property is worth, how to build your team, the right team of experts to help you along, how to do your research and make sure you choose the right property, how to make a competitive offer, how to get your finances together, and what are the different ownership structures that can support you. And you'll get, as part of this, as I mentioned, the 4 pre-recorded modules, personalized home buyers software with quizzes and exclusive financial templates for you that help you compare capital gains and yield for different properties, help you prepare your finances, and help you get confident with making negotiations. You'll also get access to market insights, the 3 one-on-one calls that I mentioned, and this team of experts, which is here for you not only throughout the course, but then when you go on to execute with that property purchase. And at the back of this course, you'll have the skills required to buy property without spending as much on the support and services as other buyers in the market.